DJ No Fly redeemed a gift. Narrative point. Oh, breaking the system. Breaking the system.
Can I give that to myself?
No, you can give it to someone else though.
I'll give Leah a narrative point because.
All right, Leah, you got a narrative point. DJ No Fly gave it to you. I was wondering when people were going to start doing that, like cheating the system there. Like, I'm going to just do this really quick.
I feel like I should give it to Leah because the characters that I play always seem to battle her characters, so it seems like the
right thing to do.
The right thing to do. I'm not playing the system.
In all fairness, my guy's probably battling her character more than yours is.
That's fair right now, yeah.
For the chat to know, I'll go over this real quick. You can use channel points, which it's at the bottom of your chat, to do some cool things. One is you can make us hydrate. Two, you could buy a narrative point or a pip and you give it to a player. So you say which player you want and you give it to them. They can use narrative points and pips to do really cool shit. And we'll leave it there. If you have any questions, say so in the chat. Right. Okay, so let's get back into it. You all arrive at Mount Elliott Cemetery. There's a statue there of an ancient Elliott.
Well, I thought we were going to the warehouse first.
Go suck my dick. You drive past. You drive past the Mount Elliott Cemetery, and you see the statue. I want to do the description, goddammit. You see the statue of an ancient Elliott in a kilt with flowing blonde hair, perhaps, and in a braid. Yeah. As you get to the warehouse, Simon, you get to the warehouse. The warehouse looks like a big ass warehouse. It's think of anything out of like Batman, right? It's probably 2 or 3 floors. Very, very tall, 50, 60 feet, smokestacks and stuff. It was at one time, it was likely some kind of industrial factory of sorts, but that has been passed and that factory has been closed. So this is where they would have stored whatever the fuck they made. Sheets of metal for cars, perhaps.
Okay.
As you both pull up in your respective cars, one stolen, one not. Actions on you all.
Yeah, it looks like no one's got here. I will hop out of the Buick. Mariah, be real careful in here. Could be dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
Don't run too far away from us.
Well, okay.
Where's the mask?
Can Leah, when they get there, can Leah see Nord?
Yeah, you guys pull up and you do the thing where there's no parking spots. You just sort of nose to nose. Yes!
That's his vehicle, all right.
Well, technically it's her vehicle.
Oh, hi, guys. I got some new information for you about the guys with the blue hands.
What's that?
I relay the information.
What do you say?
The Arbiter said, well, I say that they're in a battle, apparently with the Unwilling, so I guess Cloyce. And then from what I gathered from Lady Callie, I mean, I couldn't tell that she was on a different side, like she knew of or didn't know of the people with the blue hand. I didn't get any. Yeah, there's like 3 different plots, 3 different cults or Illuminatis, or there's like a tertiary. Maybe we could start getting the different sides because they're battling some. I'm guessing they're battling some kind of infinite war of the occult or mysticism or something, and we're just on the outside looking in. It's a guess. I don't know. I mean, the reality is I don't. no, I'm spitballing, but it sounds like the people in the blue hands and the people who are the unwilling, like Cloyce, I don't, or Marcus, I guess he was categorized as the unwilling.
Mariah looks up at you, Nord, as you say that, and then over at Leah, she has a very concerned look on her face.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get him some penicillin, and he'll be
What?
penicillin. It's like when you're sick and you have a cold or something. You just get a little shot, and it clears up. Basically, if you don't wrap it up.
Mariah turns to you, Leah, and says, Mom, you need to wrap it up. Nord says so, okay? Maybe twice. Isn't that right?
Yeah, maybe twice is good.
Well, I'm not sure Nord is the best one to be taking advice from, darling.
He doesn't think that Dad was wrapping it up. And that's why I got sick.
Well,
So we may be on the outside of two people warring. Maybe a third group.
1 second. I got this bag of guns. Anybody want to upgrade?
I'll stick with my own, and I will reach in. I'll reach into my glove compartment and pull out some extra bullets.
Yeah.
And make sure that my gun is reloaded.
And
what kind of guns are they?
Well, there's a shotgun. I feel like somebody should have this. I bet it does.
Can I have one?
Yeah, well, let's give the 11-year-old a shotgun. I think that seems like appropriate, right?
Well, what gauge is it?
I don't know. I'm not a gun person. I think it's got 3
Leah
shots in it.
will pick it up, and
It's
are these loaded?
Yeah, I think it's loaded. And here's some bullets, and I don't know how many bullets I have for it, but
Leah will take one of the bullets and look at it. Does it
they're
look like
shelled.
a 20 gauge or a 12 gauge?
Looks like a 12.
Okay. Yeah, Mariah, honey, this is going to be a bit much for you.
Mm.
I know.
Come on,
Don't
Mariah.
worry. How about next week I take you to the range and we can go shooting a little bit?
Okay.
Maybe this is good for you, Tony. I mean, all you have to do is point it in the right direction.
All right, I'll take it.
And I think it's 2d6 damage
Plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shotties have a little bit extra rules in the book. If you want to take a look. Basically, if you're closer, it does more damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take it, but they're look at this thing. They're gonna know I have it.
Well,
I believe
we're
it's a
going
sawed-off.
into
I believe it is a
warehouse.
sawed-off.
It is a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
We're going into a warehouse where these people have potentially kidnapped this person.
Oh, no, she ran here to get away from them is what I think happened.
Oh. Well, I think she might be dead, but let's go.
Mariah gasps
Sorry.
as Nord talks about her friend being dead.
She might not be dead.
Is there-
I mean, she might be fine. I mean, that's why we're here. We got some hope. I mean, I kind of wish, Mariah wasn't here, because if it does go bad, I don't know. But here we are.
Is there a rifle in the back?
I don't believe so.
No, there's a Colt 45 and a 38 special.
Well, okay. I'll just stick with what I have then.
BB,
Why are you all... Yeah?
have you and Annabelle or you and Gabby ever been here before?
She looks up at the warehouse. I've never been here.
Just checking if maybe you guys had come here and hung out before, and that's if you knew maybe where she'd be.
I mean, Annabelle and Gabby hang out a lot without me because Mom won't let me go out at night. She shoots daggers at Leah.
Well, there's probably a lock on here, so why don't you come help me and we'll pick this lock.
She sticks her tongue out sideways and she says, yeah, and follows you over to the lock. Action's on you guys.
Yep.
You're not getting attacked yet.
I'm going to let her start to pick the lock and see if she can do it herself.
All right, so we can bid her or we can just throw down for her. What do you guys want to do?
I want to throw down for her because I want to see if she actually like you do.
Yeah. All right, let's do let me see. I've got to find her stats really quick.
Please
Thank
follow,
you.
subscribe, and share our content. Everyone who likes, follows, subscribes, and shares is a friend of mine. And if you're a friend of mine, you're a friend of Nord's. And Nord is a person you want to know. Probably.
Nord always repays his debts eventually.
For sure. He never cons you out of money. Ever.
Oh. Hey, Tony, will you roll me a D8? Hey, Leah, will you roll me a D10?
Okay.
And Simon, this will be +1 success.
Okay. So 2 successes.
Right? So 2 successes. As you see her kind of struggle with the lock, it takes her like 2 or 3 minutes. She gets a little bit frustrated, but maybe she's using a rake. And after a moment or two, she goes, wait, I think I got it. And unlocks the door.
Good job, BB.
And she hands you back.
You are a quick learner there.
Yeah. This is easy, she says in typical kid fashion.
Hey, I'll motion the others over. We've got it open. We may want to, this is a big warehouse. We may want to go into groups of 2, but nobody should go alone.
I got a flashlight.
Something Bunkum Chess just redeemed. Don't slouch. So sit up straight. Do a little stretchy. Everybody's got to do it.
With
I'm laying back, so I think that counts. I'm not slouching. Probably.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Indeed. Yep, you're all at the door. Tony, you pull out your flashlight. You turn it on.
Yes, I do.
As you look in this large room, what were we going to say, Simon?
Oh, go ahead.
This large room. You notice there's a handful. There's a couple doors on that lead into this warehouse. It's a big box, right? You have chosen the door which is next to a loading one of those roll-up doors. So this is sort of the side door next to that. There's a little stairway that leads up to it, to the door, and to the left would be where semis or something would come in, would back in. As Simon, you've opened this door, Mariah moves out of the way. Tony, chunk, turns on his flashlight. You see the loading bay. It's one of those senses of the room is much larger than perhaps you expected. You don't see that on the day-to-day, that volume of open area, especially now that it's pretty much vacant. So this is the loading area. There's sawdust and wood shavings and chips all around certain areas, probably where pallets were at one time. Little rats' nests and such. Maybe you actually see a couple rats scurry out. And that's the loading area. Tony, as you move your light around, the ceiling here is not too terribly tall, 8-9 feet. Nothing too out of the ordinary. But you can hear the echo of your footfalls, and if anyone's talking from down the corridor. The corridor goes down. There's a wide doorway which has the sliding metal doors, very industrial, like some chains on it and such, where it could be locked. You can see that it's not locked. It's actually agape a little bit. And from beyond that, just barely, you can see where the warehouse opens up. Beyond that, that's the room you're in.
Okay.
Hey, who's going with me?
Nor do go with him.
I kind of want to go with Simon.
Well, you all can do whatever you want. I'm going off by myself.
Wait, Mom, you're going by yourself in there?
Yes.
Also, there's just... Where are we all going? I mean, there's just one hallway.
We'll not be loud, but let's say, don't yell because it'll carry through here. Gabby, we are here to help, and if you'll say that some Mariah as well, that way she'll hear you say it.
Okay.
I do think
Hey.
we should stick pretty close together. So
Gabby, we're here to help. She looks up at you.
Yeah. So that way she knows that we're on her side.
I'm not going to go in there alone. I'm staying with someone.
You
Well,
stay with Simon.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
She buddies up with Simon.
So I'll start to go in.
Leah will draw her pistol and just like, and she'll have it in a low ready position, but she'll just you guys might actually, like, if you're paying attention to her when she starts going in, you'll notice her step pattern actually changes and becomes like almost completely silent as she starts walking in. And I can bid for that if I need to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
then
that's
I'll
pretty
go ahead
cool.
and bid spook.
Spook?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you see exactly that. Leah goes in first. You get up to the door, Leah. These two slide away doors. You can probably slink through this without moving the door. But it'd be a tight fit.
Yeah, Leah will go ahead and try and slide through quickly.
You do. As with your slight build, you're able to just move in, and from your all's perspective, Leah is eaten. I mean, it disappears into the darkness.
Well, guys, we should go in with Mariah. Maybe keep an eye out and just do what we're doing and just have Mariah call out. I mean, if you think that she's not been kidnapped already, I have a feeling. I don't know. I have a feeling we should do this. Mariah,
You guys,
do you,
I know what you're hinting at, Nord. You and Tony go in front of me and Mariah.
okay, sounds good.
And I'll go ahead and open the door all the way. So that way to kind of give them the berth to let them go in. Tony has the flashlight. So you guys go in first and we will be right behind you. And I'll wink at Nord.
Okay.
Mariah, when Leah disappears, Mariah actually grabbed the bottom part of your coat, Simon, and you hear her go and breathe in. As you all move forward, are you guys being stealthy or just walking forward?
We're gonna try to be stealthy.
Well, Mariah,
Right, he's got a flashlight, so it's not.
Mariah yelled out as well. Gabby, we're here.
We're not-
So we're not trying to be stealthy at all. Exactly. I would imagine we are going in earnest to see if Gabby is still alive.
And
I do
look
have a
down
bid at some point if we are in the dread.
I'll
Or we
look
can
down
stay
the-
out of the dread until.
Okay, you guys are in the dread. However, let's deal with stealth really quick. What were you saying, Simon?
I'll look down at BB and be like, if stuff starts to happen, just jump up on my back. I'll protect you.
She nods. Tony, were you going to be stealthy or no? Because Nord made some pretty good sense there.
All right, look. If we're gonna sneak in, I guess I got to turn off the flashlight.
I
Well,
think we can keep it on.
Leah's
think-
Leah's doing the stealth.
Yeah.
We're trying to make our presence known. If something happens, Leah's got the drop on them. If
Yeah.
there's something
You know,
bad
what,
here.
you know what would make our presence known? A warning shot.
Nope.
We
No,
don't
I don't
want
think
to
we should do
accidentally
that.
hit one of the kids.
Or
there's-
I like this idea. Mariah kind of calling out every once in a while, saying, "Hey," and maybe we just kind of walk through this and see if we see any evidence of anybody here. I mean, I doubt there's any evidence in this very spot, but as we get a little bit deeper into the warehouse, we might be able to see if somebody's been living here or. I mean, was there any sign of forced entry in the lock? Is it?
Not on this one, but
Yeah,
I mean, there are multiple doors into here.
sure.
So,
Well, I mean, I think that we kind of look through the building and see what's happening in there.
Nord, you were talking about potentially dropping a bid.
Well, I would like to bid just my snoopability.
Stupidity.
Digging up stuff, looking around just for things out of place, or it looks like somebody's been living here, or maybe remnants of footprints, or smaller footprints that of a younger a girl, or just anything.
As
that's
you
out of
guys
the
are,
ordinary.
so just to put it in perspective, you guys are in this hallway in the loading dock, and that's where you're going to investigate there. Yep.
No, I think we should go in a little bit further. We should
right.
go.
As Simon moves up, he slides the door. It's quite loud as it echoes. The door moves on both sides when you push one side of it, so it's connected like Jaws. As it opens up, you see a scene, which I'm going to describe to both you and Leah. Leah got there first, so we're going to flip over to Leah since she's gone off by herself. Leah, when you slink through this into this large room, you see a couple catwalks high above, three stories up. At the very top of the building, so this massive open area, you see imagine like a greenhouse at the top. So imagine like the roof of a greenhouse, how it has windows and such, where if it was daytime, light could pour in here. Of course, it's night, so you just see the glass. There's catwalks to and fro. Wide thoroughfare. There's a forklift on down the way. It's actually rammed into the wall, pointy end into the wall. Cobwebs everywhere. There's the smell of rust and dried oil. Smells like a mechanic's shop. The floor is dusty and tire tracks all around and such, and footprints here and there. There's some large crates, some cardboard boxes even here and there, and detritus, just bits and pieces. And off to the left and off to the right, large bays where perhaps things could be stored. And you also see the machinery. This enormous machine that has it's segmented. It's hard to put together in the dark, but you can see like the corners of conveyor belts and arms that would come down. Perhaps there's bits and pieces of old cars that had been made and just left. Most of the bits and pieces have been, it looks like they've been picked through, but this place has been abandoned. Yep, that's what you see from where you are. Where are you going?
Leah will start trailing the outer right hand side of the, like, basically she'll start going. She'll follow the wall from her right and start going around that side of the building.
Yep.
When she hears the the other guys get into that room,
Mm-hmm.
she will basically, she'll listen out for them and just, attempt to stay around, roughly 100, 150 feet away from them.
As this is exactly what you do. You're moving along. Eventually, you actually get to the other door. You have to cross underneath or over a few rungs. Actually, climb up onto one of the conveyor belts and get to the other side, as part of the machine is obstructing this wall. But you bypass the other door. Perhaps the main door. There's like an ancient looking, so like from like the 50s or 60s punch card system, and it's got like the little punch card sitting there that, maybe one of the punch cards time card is actually in the machine. A little desk and like a light and stuff. Notice on the desk there are some cards that are laying there, covered in dust, and a few other bits and pieces that are actually on the desk.
Leah will go ahead and is there any light coming into this room?
The only light is from Tony's flashlight, which is reflecting off the metal here and there, and from the nearly full moon that is shining in those windows that I described. So it's sort of bathing the center point as they walk in this pale blue light.
Gotcha. Well, Leah will have definitely given herself enough time for her eyes to adjust to the darkness.
Oh, yeah.
So she'll do her best to make out, what's on the time or on the cards that she can see.
As do you touch them or do you just inspect them?
Leah will pick each one up individually and try and, hold it in such a way that she can see it best in the light that's available.
As you pick up the cards, you note they are tarot cards.
Interesting. As Leah looks around, she'll when she notices that they're tarot cards, she'll lean down and look around on the ground to see if she can see any like footprints besides hers in the dust.
You notice a few. There's a bit of a, how to put this? Nothing new. It's hard to know how old these prints are, right?
Okay.
There's definitely a print of the door being opened and shut. So you could guess perhaps a few weeks, maybe a few days. It's hard to tell. You notice the tarot cards. You see that they're in a particular fashion. And you also note that the little bits and pieces that are on the table are actually, they look like rocks or perhaps some sort of stone. If you picked it up and inspected it, you might know what it is. But they're little different size, like little nuggets of something.
Well, maybe Simon's right. Maybe Gabby has been here recently.
back to you guys. Nord, you're looking around, bidding Snoop. We'll have you throw down on this because there's lots of tracks.
Sure.
Threshold will be 2.
Okay. Is that a mind or a wits? Probably wits, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I could see either one.
Well, I think that it would probably be wits. Nord is smarter than intuitive, but it just seems like to snoop around, you just kind of got to catch out the edges of the corners of your eyes, and he's looking through the crannies and just the little moments, subtle anything that would just be off out of the ordinary. So yeah, I think he'll just throw down.
Yep.
And that is 1 success.
As you're looking around, it seems like it's maybe some of these tracks are really old. Some of them are probably within the last few days, maybe a few weeks, but there's so many, it's difficult to pick anything in particular out. That said, you were looking for maybe girl footprints. You see a few, maybe walking to and fro, perhaps a couple different, or one person walking around a lot. Nothing definitive, as in like a specific direction. You failed by one. You can tell that someone of Gabby's build likely was here.
Sure.
You can confirm that.
Yeah. Well, it looks like she was here. I think we need to keep looking. So maybe if there are offices or something like that, we check them out. Have Mariah call out every once in a while. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
What about
that
bathrooms?
sounds good.
Sorry?
Didn't you just go at Jack Napier's?
No, I'm just saying if she's gonna hide somewhere, that might be a place.
No, you don't want to sleep in a bathroom, though.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. I mean, if I was going to hide in here, it seems like an office would be a little bit nicer. They'd have some carpet or, maybe some kind of, people who work all the time. Sometimes they have a cot in the back.
Or a couch or something.
A couch or something. Yeah. I mean, it seems like a lot of people have been around, but she's
probably a phone to call for help.
Yeah, probably been around here. I mean, I doubt she's probably not staying in the basement. I don't know if there is a basement, but
I hope there's not a basement.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing good happens in the basement.
Nope. Never happens good. Not good in the basement. Yeah, let's go look for the offices.
All right, so you guys amble around in the dark for a little bit. Is anyone going to bid to find this, or are you just going to sort of leave it up to fates?
Is there a map in my snooping? Did I see like some kind of building?
Yeah, why don't we roll a chaos die? Since you failed that roll, but we'll see if maybe you caught glimpse of a map. So roll
they
a D6.
have like a "you are here" sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it'd probably be a fire
5.
escape map saying
Got a
that
5?
in case of fire, here are the exits.
Yeah, and we'll say Simon, you get a pip for that. As in fact, Simon mentions that Nord, you're walking by a fire extinguisher as you're like, huh, and look, and in fact, there's a fire escape map.
Oh. Well, it looks like we could maybe go this way.
Yeah, as you see the fire exits, and all this, the map is not super detailed. It's more technical.
Sure.
That said, essentially what you see, this building is a big square. There's the entrance you came in. The main entrance is to the right. So the direction that you're facing when you walk into the building, we're going to call that north. Okay. You're to the far left of the square. Directly in front of you is machinery and some storage and pallets and such. All the way to the back, to the left, so northwest, that is where you see office. And as Tony, you maybe direct your light all the way down there. There's a little bit of dust, or perhaps it's mist in here. Likely dust. You see this long 2-flight metal staircase ding, 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 that leads up to a foreman's office that has windows that perhaps look down, that do look down onto the grounds. So you can see the office. A little bit more description since you have this map. To the right of you, so you're at the bottom left of the square. To the right of you, you see a bit of machinery. This is what Leah climbed over. There's the main door. On the corner there's a mess, as in like a canteen, and a few stairways that lead up to the second floor, where you see more conveyor belts, perhaps some other process that this machine did. And then further still going north, so this would be the northeast part of the square, there is a large room. It goes to a third floor. It's not labeled what this is, but there's a stairwell that descends from it on the other side of the building. Looks like perhaps the very back from where you are is a lot of machinery, many catwalks for servicing the machines, and it looks like that is how you would get to that skylight at the top.
I mean, I don't know a lot about a lot, but my guess is she's not going to want to stay in something filthy. Like she's of a certain, like, she's Detroit nobility, basically. So
I'd agree.
The bathroom is all the way to the right in the center. Continue, Tony. Sorry.
Is there a fire extinguisher near there?
It's right next to Nord.
Maybe we should have one.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah. As you pull this industrial fire extinguisher, it's about the size of your torso, so it's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy. Let's see if it's charged. So roll a d6 for a chaos die.
Somebody like me want to roll?
I'll roll. I rolled a 6.
Yeah, it is supercharged in the green.
Is it encumber my ability to walk around pretty much?
No, you can carry it. It's just it is heavy. It's good, we'll say 20 pounds.
Oh. Well, I'm not the toughest person in the world, but I guess I can carry that.
Since you rolled a 6, we'll say that has a strap on it.
Oh, nice.
But it is a big, running with this thing,
Sure.
will be a little bit cumbersome.
Oh, Tony, if you want, you could hand me the shotgun and you can carry this around. We can trade. All right. I'll take the shotgun.
All right. Sure.
So Tony, you've got a big old. You trade your shoddy for a fire extinguisher.
Nord's got the shoddy.
Yeah. Leah, what are you doing? You're at the tarot table.
Leah, at this point, will go ahead and, she'll do a cursory look over of, the tarot cards.
Just in those stones?
Just to see if anything stands out to her in particular.
Do you bid anything?
Let's see. I'll bid seasoned.
And how does that apply for what you're trying to get out of it?
I don't know. I'm used to having, just because of what I've done, I'm used to picking up, patterns and looking for clues and stuff.
Being able to pick up clues and patterns, you can tell that this tarot deck it's definitely in an intentional pattern. It looks like a cross of some sort. But Leah doesn't necessarily read the tarot. So you're not really sure what it means. It is intentional. And these little stones, as you perhaps pick one up, you realize they're not stones at all. They're teeth. Like molars. A couple of them have. Yeah. A couple of them have fillings of precious metals, like gold, maybe some silver. The tarot card you're holding is of the devil.
What in the hell? Leah will put both of them back where they were. And is there like a full deck on the table, or just like the?
Yeah, it's a full deck. And you'll also note one other thing as you see the full deck, or the rest of the deck. It's in a cloth, this satin red cloth. A card calls your attention. It doesn't have. Leah doesn't necessarily read tarot, so you don't really know this. It's of a hooded figure who's carrying a large cane. When I say cane, a large staff. The top of the staff looks like it's purple, like a purple orb of some sort. Hood comes down, covering the face of this person. It looks like the person is likely female in this picture. And you see there's one eye that's shining from beneath the hood. At the bottom, in this weird cursive, it says, it's imprinted on the card, the veil. DJ No Fly says we have to hydrate, but that means I have to go get more coffee.
Huh?
Everybody has to hydrate. It's cool we're on an ad break anyway.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Like, subscribe, and share.
With all your friends and family. I know I have talked to most of my family about this podcast, and they are not into role-playing or radio really at all, but they're interested.
They're interested.
They want to know.
Yeah,
and it's really long.
And at 10:45, we'll have our after hours podcast, which will talk about all things geeky and, political and philosophical and nutty. We just really rip on each other, actually.
Yeah. I
think
that's what we do.
Yeah. You see, it says at the bottom of this card, the veil.
Interesting. Okay. Leah will basically just sort of. The one thing that she might assume, not knowing any of the tarot cards or anything like that, she will probably, get the thought in her head that it's odd that whoever was using these just left them here. Particularly the teeth. Like, she'll just be like, she'll wonder in her head where the hell those even came from in the first place, and that it's not likely whoever had them would have just left them, even if it is an abandoned warehouse. But she'll, leave the scene essentially as she found it, putting the things back where she got them, and go ahead and then start walking out of the room again, back into the main part of the, factory or the warehouse.
So, are you still walking along the wall?
Yeah, essentially. She'll basically, she's trying to keep a reasonable distance between her and the rest of the group.
It's easy to do. It looks like they're going perpendicular to you.
Yeah.
But she'll while she's doing that, she'll also generally just, she'll pause every 10 seconds or so, and just stop and close her eyes and listen around her. To see if anything.
So I'm going to remind everyone. 1, hey Simon, you have to hydrate because DJ No Fly did the hydration. 2, the arbiter will not always, the arbiter, who's me, will not always prompt you to bid, right? The only time that you really do reactions is if something is just happening to you, or it's an obvious thing that I'm like, you might be able to hear this. If you're actually trying to direct the fiction, then bidding a trait is the way to go. That said, as you are describing yourself, quite literally listening for something, we'll have you bid or throw down.
I will bid. Let's see here. I'll bid Masad.
Eyes closed. You hear the heavy breathing of the dwarf. I mean, the heavy breathing of Tony and Mariah kind of bumbling about. You hear the squeaky leather of Simon's coat. Nord is like a vapor, though. It's like a fart in the wind. He is being really quiet, though. Chains, the jingling of chains, or perhaps metal. It's above you. You think this is such an open area. You can't tell if it's on the second or the third platform. Something moved up there. It could be a rat. Could be something else. Could be someone trying to hold still. You also notice something else because you're almost to the far wall, which means when you turn to your left, you're looking north down the far east wall, which would be to your right. And there's no machinery that way. The machinery is actually above you. There's the canteen, which is dark. A couple of the tables are overturned. You see some rats moving about in the darkness. Refrigerators, industrial, that type of stuff. And benches where people could sit. Beyond that, you see what looks like a latrine or bathroom. It's rather dark. There's thick cobwebs over things. Think of Shelob's lair. And there's kind of a rotten smell. It's old, so it's the lingering smell of something that had died and has decayed.
That's right. Do I notice any particular direction that smell is coming from?
Before you.
Okay, fair enough. Leah will basically start. She'll still try and keep somewhat close to the group, but she'll start trying to ferret out the direction that the smell is coming from.
All right, what do you bid?
I will bid seen shit.
Yeah. As you've seen shit, you first go into the canteen. Looking around, you see the rats have eaten something, and you're moving around. The smell's getting stronger. This is one of those lunch line places, so you have to go into the kitchen, which looks rather claustrophobic, tight quarters, and there's pots and pans and equipment and all this kind of stuff. A slight smell of gas from behind. Do you go back there and investigate?
Oh, yeah.
The rest of you moving north along the industrial equipment, old cars from the 60s or 70s, just their parts, almost like a graveyard. Some of them are actually in pretty good condition. It looks like this building maybe doesn't leak too bad in the rain. In fact, as you look around, it doesn't look wet at all in here, despite the torrential downpours.
Hmm.
What are you all doing?
I would like to make a bid, kind of feeling like, and this is, I would like to bid Ranger to activate my Scent of Colors ability. And see if I get any feeling. I'll just kind of like let them move forward ahead of me a little bit, and I'll like sneak and light my little opium pipe and take a hit and just like settle and feel as we get a little closer to the office area.
You guys hear a oh yeah, from behind you, the smell of opium. Leah, you hear a from across the factory.
I was trying to keep BB behind the two of them.
Oh, then she's back there.
I was gonna slow down. Like me and BB are moving slower, so they're about 5 or 10 feet ahead of us.
In case you see Nord up there token up.
in case they find something, I don't want Mariah to see it. So that's
that's right. I was in front. Well, I would have stepped I would have just kind of stepped up, like if there was a bend or like a little way that I could not.
Do you go toward the equipment or toward the center of the room?
Well, I think we were headed towards where we thought the offices might
I'm just saying, as you step off, are you moving to the left towards the equipment, or are you moving to the right towards the center of the room? The office is out ahead of you.
Ahead of us. Well, I mean, she doesn't know what it is. I'll just smoke it. It doesn't matter.
Well, as I start to hear the, I'll be like, Mariah, say that over this way, and get her to look the opposite way and say it out into the open area. So that way she can.
What do you bid?
I'll bid.
This is me just being a dick.
Yeah, I'll bid guarded because I'm trying to guard her from.
She's like, what? And just looks the other direction.
No. I'll be like, to speak out there to see if Gabby hears you.
Yeah, she does, and she goes, "Hey, Gabby, come on, I'm with friends." And we'll say for this encounter, Simon, you can be doing that to kind of give her to direct her attention to certain things since you made that bid. Nord, as you calm yourself, you sense the adrenaline of Simon and Mariah, the abject fear of Tony. Chilling intent coming from somewhere off to your right. It's familiar. It feels like Leah. So the people that you're close to right now. Up ahead, something foreboding watching you from above, from the office. As you maybe even look up slowly, you see the metal stairway. Think of like the Alien movies. It's two stories, 2 flights of stairs that just lead up a good 40. Well, flights of stairs, what is it, 20 stairs or 12? Fuck it, we'll say it's
20. It's a warehouse. I would go.
We'll say it's 40 stairs leading up towards this office. The curtains are drawn, but somehow there's some sort of presence that's aware of you. It's maybe even looking at you right now from behind this. It's cold. There's lots of negative emotions. Tortured emotions, in fact. Go ahead and throw down.
Okay. I presume that's mind.
Or wits, either one. It's how aware are you, or are you calculating?
I think he's partially projecting.
If you're projecting, it'd be mind.
Yeah, I think he's projecting, like where like he's letting it in and projecting and it's just like
Yep.
letting go and feeling. He's slowing.
Oh, I get it.
I mean, it's sort of like an astral projection or like a
Oh, I know.
thing. Because he used his opium, does that give him an extra something?
No, I'm
I
going to
don't
say
think
the opium is the agent you use to get
Uh-huh.
into this flow state.
Okay. Gotcha. I did not. I mean, I got 2 successes, but can I I would like to use an impress, unless that works.
Of course you can. Yeah, you can always do it when you throw down.
I'll do an expression proficiency to kind of feel it. See if I feel it again. That would be 3 successes.
Three successes. With 3 successes, you notice the light, Tony's light moving around. And you hear Mariah's voice, Simon comforting her and directing her. As all that sort of fades, and you feel maybe the sense of a loss of gravity, your head floating above your body. As somehow you're able to push forward your consciousness and imagine what is in that office. It's like a drone footage as you're slowly floating up to the door, and you see this wooden door. You see it's slightly ajar. There's fingerprints, bloody fingerprints on the doorknob. You can barely see as this observation, this viewpoint moves in. You can see through a crack in the door, and you move in. You see a person cloaked in shadow, shaggy hair, wearing a leather jacket. There's the smell of stale cigarettes, oil-caked hands, dirty, kind of a fugly look on this man's face, you're pretty sure. Jeans, smell of piss all over the jeans. And there's a knife, you're pretty sure, caked in blood next to this person's shoes. He's been sleeping here. He's been living here, perhaps. He's done something. As the person turns, and you all hear, "Get out of here!" And you hear slam on the door as Nord, you pop back into yourself, your eyes watering. You may make a sanity roll.
Okay. Does it smell like William or?
Nope.
Okay, it smells like
you
somebody.
decidedly know it is not William.
So it's not anyone that I've recognized or run into before.
With a narrative point,
scent.
With a narrative point, you could do that.
I don't have a narrative point, so it's not really possible.
If you wanna drop, go on.
Can I get the narrative point?
You cannot.
Dang.
And we
players
just give
can't
him
do
the
it.
one that DJ Jazzy Cabbage
Yeah,
was
we could do that.
gonna give.
Jazzy Cabbage
Okay.
gave it to you. So Nord, you have a narrative point from the Jazzy Cabbage.
Oh gosh, well I don't really know a whole lot of reasons why. It must have been somebody who ran into it at the fancy at some point, and just smelled him in crossing.
In fact, you don't know who this person is. You don't remember the name, but you remember the situation. Your van had broken down. This has been a while ago, maybe 2 or 3 years. And you caught a cab. And pretty sure this is the cab driver.
And this is a different city.
This is in Detroit.
Yeah, but I mean, I've not been in Detroit for that long, so it couldn't have been.
Okay, well, it
it
would
could have been 2 or 3 weeks. Just the cabbie.
Yeah, there was a point 2-3 years ago. You happened to be in Detroit.
Yeah.
just making sure. Little
Asshole.
layover.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, my background, I've never been to Earth, so.
This is the first time I've been on Earth.
You know what? You've
I'm
never
really-
fucking met the motherfucker.
I've been an alien my whole life. I didn't mean to mess that up for you. Gosh. Oh, you said throw it down? I'm throwing the fuck down.
Yeah, this is your sanity.
That's 2.
Dose.
2.
This is limbo. All right, you gain a
guess
flaw.
Okay.
The flaw is astrally projected.
Oh God. I do relay the information.
And what do you actually say?
I say I think there's somebody who's killed somebody with a knife up there. I kind of whisper it to Simon.
You all heard the voice. Even Leah, you of course, you heard the voice. You heard the slam.
Well, I say that
But when
because I'm high.
But when you look up, there's been no movement whatsoever. As in, the voice did not come from in front of you. It just sort of emanated.
Well, he's up there, and I kind of point towards the door in the office and what I think I saw.
Are you saying you want me to go first?
I mean, I can go first too. We can go first together.
Is he on fire?
You know, he's just got a knife. I mean, but I saw some stuff earlier with that. You know, if he's been touched by one of those guys, like they will murder kill you in like a hit. So if he's a part of whatever
You
the
hear
unwilling or the
a horrible sound of metal against metal, of rusty wheels creaking as the machinery next to you turns on and the conveyor belt starts chunking along. Leah, you go into the kitchen. The smell is very strong in here. Rats, you hear them. Hidden. You're in the dark. Despite your eyes being adjusted, there's far less light in the kitchen. So it is very, very dark in here. What are you doing?
Leah will
For you, the
Leah
machinery
will-
has not turned on yet.
Gotcha. Leah will Cameron, can't you see anything in here?
You can see a little bit. You can see gross things. So, you know, the refrigerator, what is directly in front of you, large appliances and such. But you're essentially in a cellar, right?
Gotcha.
As in that kind of sense. There's very little light in here.
Is the refrigerator on?
No.
Okay.
Well, fuck it. Roll. Tell me high or low.
Let's say low.
Okay. Drizzle, will you roll me a d12?
You said low?
Yeah.
It's a 1.
You pop the refrigerator open. You smell terrible mold and food. It is not on.
Gotcha. Leah will, quietly close it back up. Whatever, did that sound like it was big or?
No, it's just rats.
Okay. So at this point, actually, what do I have?
You have the muzzle
I think
flash.
Yeah, fair. At this point, Leah will actually. Are there like any drawers or anything here in the kitchen?
Yeah, you fumble around, you find some drawers.
Okay, Leah will start opening some of the drawers to see if there's like a flashlight or anything in there, or even like a set of matches.
Roll me high or low.
Let's say low again.
How about Daniel? Will you roll me that? Since you haven't done any of it.
You want to know if it's high or low?
Yes.
It is high.
Dang.
Did you call high?
No,
you
I
called
said
low.
low.
As you fumble around, maybe there's something you just can't see. It's like being in a real situation. Oh, it's the worst.
I mean,
The kitchen door
maybe for you.
shuts.
The door shuts.
Yep. You are in almost complete darkness. There's a little thin blue of from the moon. You can barely see your hand in front of your face. You hear the rats all around. You actually see in front of the door this large rat waddle across, squeaking.
Well, I guess there must be plenty to eat in here.
And you hear the low growl of many rats. Outside. What y'all doing?
Let's
You got a
set
light?
up.
Chung, 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 of the machinery.
We should probably huddle together with Mariah in between us. Should we go after this guy? Or like let him
Is
be?
he up there?
I think he's up there, but it could be a trap.
Mariah, you stay with Nord. I'll go first.
Well, I think two of us should go. Tony, why don't you say with Mariah? I mean, I got a shotgun. Of course, maybe I should stay with her. I got a shotgun.
You got the shotgun. My shotgun.
I mean, he just had a knife in my vision.
As you guys are talking, more of the machinery turns on,
I think
and
someone wants me to leave.
you can bid or throw down to notice something.
Well, I think he wants us to like make some cars.
You get a pip for that.
I'm going to go ahead and bid resilient and start heading up the steps.
So you bid resilient, Simon, and you start moving up the steps. Cling, cling, cling. You happen to notice as you get up, maybe 10, 12 steps up, something catches your eye to the far right of this factory. On the third floor, you see, or the third platform, you see there's another room of some sort. You don't really know what it is. Maybe it's some kind of storage room. You don't know. It looks different than the office. The office has windows all around, like for a foreman
Right.
to observe. This looks like maybe it was an add-on. Kind of hard to know. But the doorway is open, and you see someone in there crouched down as you're walking up, and the sound occurs. It's pretty far away. This is a large place, and it's dark. There's no real light in there. Maybe a little bit of moonlight. Windows. Looks like someone's crouched down doing something, and turn and not see you, but turn at the sound of the equipment.
There's also someone up there.
As you
So-
point, you see the person does see you now. As you're like, as they're like, they stand up, and you can tell it's probably an adult as they start hurrying around and doing something. To put this in perspective, this is a good 200 feet away and up 3 deals. 3.
If he jumps up really fast, as he jumps up, I would like to vid my camera and activate the flash and see if I can maybe stun him with it.
You can.
I know I'm pretty far away.
You're really far away.
It's not like it'll stun him. It's just it'll take because Tony's ahead of us, and maybe it'll like get him to do something else. I don't know.
Yeah, you can bid it. It will give this person a little bit of a negative to do that, but you're so far away, it's just kind of like a right.
Yeah, maybe just a distracting. Like it's dark
the distraction.
in there.
You can distract them. I'll give you that.
It's just a little distracting.
Yeah, as you guys see this big flash from Nord's camera, the person kind of like holds up their hand, but they're so far away in between or in this room, you don't get any details from it, but it does seem like they're distracted. Okay, we're going in the rounds. That was the world action.
Okay.
Anyone drop cunning?
I will.
Be excited about it. I guess I'll drop some cunning.
Well, I was just
okay.
Yeah, I will as well.
Here we go.
Right through it.
Fine, I guess we'll play the game.
You want me to be like, I'm going to drop cunning right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it. Let's do it and do it and do it. Okay, fucker. Yeah, subscribe. God damn it. Ha!
Like and subscribe to see the Arbiter take subtle, passive-aggressive shots at the players who support him.
That's right. Long-haired mother. You probably like Canada, don't you? Too nice, Hulker. I wouldn't call it passive aggression. I would just call it straight up aggression. Yeah. So if you dropped cunning, the fuck do you do?
I'm going to start taking the stairs 2 at a time. I'm not like I'm not like running, but I'm doing them 2 at a time.
Do you want to get to the door or not?
I do want to get to the door.
Okay. You get to the office door. You don't have preternatural senses as Nord does, but there is something ominous about this room. The door is shut.
Okay. I'm going to try the handle.
As you try the handle, you feel something on the handle. Something crusty.
Okay.
And the door is unlocked.
I'm going to push the door open and step to the side.
As you step to the side, the door hits the far wall or hits the wall. So you move to the side, and this is cunning. So you're going before the antagonist. Anyone else spending cunning with that? We'll get to Leah in a second. Go ahead, Nord. You see Simon do this.
I kind of take a double take. I look at Tony and I look at Simon, and I just get a little worried about Simon for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm holding a shotgun. I got a 6.
So you shoot him.
So I'm just behind him. He's right there, right for the taken. No, I follow him, but I give him a little space. So in case there's a big explosion or a big something, I just want to be there behind him.
So you're up there with him.
I won't be at the door, but I'll be like just behind him. If something like hits him and he falls 3 flights off the side, or
so you're a couple stairs down. As you see him move off to the side, Tony, are you spending cunning or no?
I would like to tell Tony to stick with Mariah. I don't think he needs my 2 cents, but
No.
He's telling me no, Nord, not you. Right. As you both are up there, Simon, as you see the door, something moves from within. Nord, you feel this presence. Tony, you're sitting there. You can't really react because you didn't drop cunning. Mariah is behind you as you hear this ding, 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 and then you feel the tremor in the stairs. As Simon and Nord, you see the wall of the office and the window. The window cracks. And almost in slow motion, the wood of the wall bursts out. Some splinters maybe hit your jackets. It is your guy's cunning. You spent cunning. So technically it's still your turn. The antagonist, you're getting a glimpse at what the antagonist is doing. What do you guys do?
so they're pulling the wall.
No, it's pushing out.
Yeah, the whole wall is gonna fall off.
You don't know. Something's happening. The glass breaks and the wood starts to buckle.
Right. I'm gonna yell at Simon to come closer to me, and I'll
Hey, Simon,
grab a hold of me.
come close to me.
Simon,
Some things are happening.
I think this wall's gonna come down. I'm actually an expert climber. I'm gonna bid climbing, and see if I can, like, because I feel like the whole side facade of the side might collapse or something like that. So
you're bidding what?
Climbing.
Okay, to do what?
To climb or find some place to grab onto if this facade goes or bursts through,
So there's a lot to unpack here. You're on this two-story metal stairway, and the only thing to grab onto are the stairway itself. The little stilts that come down.
Yeah.
Hey, Leah, can you mute?
So
maybe
there's something
to hold it up, or the office, and maybe something along. But you got to decide what that is.
Like I would probably jump on the rail, and then try to jump over where the office is, to jump higher than the office and grab something.
So you want to climb up onto the office?
Above the office. I want to pass Simon how he went into the door, just above the office. So if the office comes out, maybe there's something to grab on.
So there could be a catwalk. There'll be a catwalk above the office. You'll climb up onto the rail. You can jump onto, maybe like put a step onto the roof of the office. This is all very dangerous, by the way.
Yeah, it seems like
and then Air Jordan, the catwalk on the 3rd floor, and you might be able to climb up. So that can absolutely be a readied action, assuming something goes down.
Right. He crossed the rickety bridge. He's fine.
Indeed, yeah, he's good at that shit. Simon, it's still on you.
I'm going to dive into the room.
All right, as Simon, you see him barrel roll into the room. Antagonists go. Nord, as you had this readied action, you may throw down to Air Jordan your way to the 3rd platform. 3rd floor platform. To do this, this will be difficult. It will be threshold of 4.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I did climbing. that there's that excitement.
Yeah,
it's possible. It's not impossible.
It is definitely possible.
Oh,
I have 600
and
channel
that
points.
that is can I activate when plans go awry?
Absolutely.
Uh,
Tony, go ahead and roll your reaction roll. This would be Grace and or Braun. Go ahead, Nord.
that's 5 successes.
Nice. All right. Describe Nord's lanky ass getting up there.
So he's a gaunt, stretchy, long fella, and he just kind of like took a big hit, and I would imagine of opium, and he shouldn't be able to do this. Like any sane person shouldn't be able to do this. He's holding a shotgun in one hand, which is a little cumbersome, and he's got the shotgun he's holding it to secure it, and he like jumps, like basically gets in his guts and starts running up the stairs, and then hops on a railing and hops on another railing, and like leaps off that third railing and just catches it with one arm, and like
This is definitely
puts the
parkour.
shotgun up, and then like pulls himself.
Yeah,
up
you're
to
on
the-
top of this catwalk. Mariah actually is looking up like, hell yeah. You will get a trait, which is parkour. You get a
wow.
pip if you know how to spell it. Okay.
I
Can't look it up. Can't look it up.
don't know how to spell it. Let's see if I spell it correctly.
can't
and
look it up.
activate it.
All right. The front of the office buckles and explodes out. The stairway bends at the top and starts to snap, just zipper, ting, 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 with Tony and Mariah on it. Granted, you guys are about middle way up. So
Did
you're
they
not that
go up
far.
or did they stay down?
I thought they were on the stairway. Were you on the stairway or on the ground, Tony?
I don't think they moved.
I hadn't moved yet.
All right, you guys are at the bottom. As you see this stairway, ting, 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 ting. In that case, you do not need to roll the
I
reaction.
might have been
roll.
on the first few stairs, but
So you step off of them. You don't need to do the reaction as the stairway peels off, ting, 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 and then kunk off the bottom anchor. And as though an unseen force, like a giant, picks it up, launches it across the warehouse. It makes this sound as it passes over your head. Boom! Slamming into the wall as concrete and metal shower down. Mariah goes, holy shit! Simon, you dive into the room. You see this guy standing there. If he were not, if he didn't look like a complete loser, he would look pretty cool. He looked like Magneto or something, but he doesn't look like that. He's a cabbie. Have you ever played Ultimate Fighter? Anyway, he looks like the dude with the hat. He's got these fucked up blue jeans, like stonewashed and all ripped up, piss stains. He's got this oily tie-dye shirt on, this ratty leather, not the disc taxi drivers, but this guy. He's like a 1982 taxi driver who's gotten into some shit. Leather coat. He's
like
covered
the
in
taxi driver.
like what? Like the taxi driver. In fact, he'll look like a Robert De Niro, young, just all fucked up. His hair's all greasy coming down, and his eyes are bleeding as he turns and looks at you, and just screams like Gollum at you. The veins everywhere are pulsing on him. He's thrumming with energy. That was his turn, which you avoided the whatever the fuck that was. Simon, you might notice a dangling Nord who jumps up. Nord, you have a little bit of an angle on this catwalk. When we get back, Leah will go on her turn whenever she comes back. So, antagonist does this thing as he turns, looking at you, Simon, screaming at you. Ah! He goes to pick up the knife, takes it, like Psycho, runs at you. Ah! And tries to jump on you and stab you to death. Make a reaction roll.
Is that Braun?
Uh,
Oh, no,
or Grace.
I'm gonna do Grace because I'm gonna try and roll. I just rolled in, so I'm down, and I'm gonna try and roll away as he runs at me.
You roll in, you try to roll out.
That is a double 1.
You gonna do something about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I would. That's an utter failure.
Yeah.
Leah, you are next on your cunning.
Okay. It's 1.
3, 2, 1.
Success
Hey,
there.
subscribe to the YouTube
And
channel. If you subscribe to Twitch, you don't get ad do. By the way, make us hydrate with channel points.
Patronize us as well.
You can do the Patreon. If you do, we'll have more energy. No promises.
Okay, so it's 2.
For each additional 15 patrons, we will start 1 minute earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got 2 successes.
All right, that's way better. That's way better. That is limbo.
Okay.
Nord, will you roll me a d4?
Yeah, because I did a
What's a 4?
proficiency in bid 2
Got a 4?
traits.
So that is 5. So we up it. So 3 damage as it's limbo. So it takes half damage. As he comes down and stabs, he gives you a few lacerations on your arms. Ah! All right, Leah. The door has shut. You hear this peeling sound of metal from outside, and then a thunderous crash. A scuttering all around you. You feel like you're being surrounded. Pots and pans jangling, ding, blong, blah, blong, 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 falling down as you hear the screeching of a horde of rats coming for you. You have cunning. What do you do?
Leah will, stand very quietly with the gun down, by her, in front of her, down, pointed at the ground, and say, "Look here, little friends. The sooner I can get that, the sooner we can get what we came for, the sooner we can leave, and you can have your lair back."
Yep, you do that.
And yeah, no, I'm guessing probably not going to work on rats, but
I mean,
you know
you bit
what?
anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You better make this count.
I'm going to bid. I'm going to bid interrogator. Yeah.
You're gonna have to throw down. This is a throwdown moment.
Yeah. I'll
so
throw down my wits.
Wits is fine. So with the horde of rats that's coming at you to eat your flesh, there is a moment I'm sympathetic to, because I will talk to other beings. The beings, we all live and we all die. They might not understand your voice, but perhaps they understand your intent. Maybe they're smart enough. Maybe for a moment, your presence, kind of like yelling at a black bear, it maybe thinks twice. Perhaps. It could give you a moment. So these are the stakes. If it works, you don't readily get swarmed by rats. If it doesn't, you do.
So that's a total of 3 successes.
All right, you get a narrative point. Do you want to add anything with that narrative point? Or are you gonna bank it?
The narrative point I'll add is that basically, in the instant that I hear the hesitation, I'll go ahead and go for the door and yank it open.
Yeah, we'll say that you see these red eyes, and there's like 100 rats everywhere, and they're rather large. They're not ROUS's style, right? But they're like.
Okay.
They're rather large, and you can actually just barely see from the light of their eyes this
That's
body.
called the Foeva.
Floeva?
It's a film. I think it's some sort of layer in the back of their eyes that allows mammals to take in more light, so they can have better night vision.
Fuck yeah! Narrative point to Holker. Hell yeah! As you see the Foeva of their eyes, and you see they've been eating on something in here. Looks like maybe a couple different things. From the smell, from what it looked, it's been there a while. They are human-sized. As you move back kind of slowly with your gun out, open the door, a rat scuttles by. As they inch forward, and as you open, they seem to retract away from just a little bit of hint of light, the moonlight, and the door. Boom, boom, boom. It's at this time, Andrea, Leah, you turn and look, and you see of a stairwell or a stairway coiled up, having slammed into the wall, part of the wall, like the brick falling down, completely covering up the entrance you guys came in. The rats go. They do not attack because you won that. It is the player turn.
At this point, Leah will go ahead and start heading. Well, can she tell where everybody else is at this point?
I mean, you know the general direction. Yeah.
Okay. Then Leah will start heading that direction.
Yeah, as you start beelining it, you can bid something to make it about halfway there, or to make it to Tony and Mariah, actually.
Let's see. No, I'll just go with what I can normally get to.
As you start moving around, we'll say that you go the direction of the latrine, because there's less equipment, and you can't climb over the equipment now because it's moving. Oil is pouring down from gaskets and such that are dry rotten. You pass by the latrine, you see it looks like something really bad happened in this latrine. There's shit all over the walls. In this light, you can't tell if it's blood. You're not really sure what is going on in there. There's plastic wrap on the floor, and it looks like maybe body parts. As you move past it, seeing it, you may make a sanity roll.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Threshold here is, we'll say you've seen a lot of shit. You know what? You don't have to roll. You can bid or throw down.
I'll go ahead and throw down.
All right. So you need one success. And the action is on you guys. Player turn.
So that's total of 3 successes.
Get a narrative point. As you've seen shit.
What?
Is Simon close to this guy?
Yeah, the guy is on top of him, stabbing him.
I'm going to bid power through to attack him.
Yep.
And in my last bid, I used 2 of the traits on my slapjack. So basically, I've reached into my pocket and grabbed my slapjack out, and I'm trying to hit his wrist or forearm of the arm with the knife in it.
Yep.
Or the hand with the knife in it.
Do it.
Okay, so that's I got a 10 on the 10 die.
That's flare, baby.
Yep. Ooh, and I picked up 8 on the reroll of the 8 die. So that gives me 4 successes.
Nord, will you roll me a d10 and Tony, would you roll me a D8?
That is a 1, sir.
7.
So that is 1. Simon, you get a pip. Something Bunkum Chess gifted you one. So 7 is 1. So threshold is 3. You got 4. As describe what you do.
So as he's on top of me and he's swinging down, my hand was in my pocket and I just pull out the slapjack and I hit him like square on the wrist. And that's like, slapjack's what, 8 pounds or something like that. So it hits real hard. When it hits the bone, he's like, and he drops the knife.
He's like, ah. All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
And you'll get the +1 because you beat the threshold by 1. For this, because it's a called shot, we'll say that that hand at least, you may not have broken the wrist, but his hand is pretty much not usable right now.
That damage is 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I rolled a 4.
As you hear as you do crack the bone, he's like, oh, and makes tongue noises like that. Everyone ooh and ah. You're so excited. I know it.
Yeah.
Ooh ah.
Wow.
They don't
Nice.
care. They want me to get stabbed.
No. No.
All right. It's still your turn. You hit him. He kind of recoils and drops the knife.
To push him off me. Can
Yep.
I do that, or is that?
Oh
too
yeah,
much?
you take his feet, or you take your feet and kick him off as he stumbles back.
I want to kick him towards the door area.
Yeah,
If I can do that.
Towards the ledge. Yeah, he doesn't fall out, but he's
Okay.
towards the ledge.
Okay.
All right, Nord, Tony,
I light him up with a fire extinguisher.
you are pretty far away, but you can run up and see if it goes that far.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 2 stories up, aren't I? Basically.
Yeah, you can try it.
I'll
I
try.
thought the staircase flew away.
It did. All right, as Tony runs up to this fucking huge, overcharged fire extinguisher. It's got one of those like hose things, that angles. As Mariah runs up with you, she goes, "What are you doing?" As you're like angling this thing.
He needs to learn a thing or two about occupational safety.
She says, "I'm going to step back." She steps back. What do you bid?
I am going to bid. I'm going to bid. I'm going to bid my motto. Can I do that?
Yeah.
It's what kind of job can I get with 10 years of Latin?
All right. We're going to have you throw down. This would be Grace and your action die.
Here we go.
Do it. I'm going to say the threshold on this is 2.
I got a 1.
All right. You do anything else to make it higher?
I'm going to drop a proficiency, right?
Yep, to re-roll one of them.
I am going to use my movement to re-roll
Okay.
one of them.
Maybe you get up on like part of one of the machinery things and you're a little bit closer.
Whoa! I rolled a 9.
Hey, so 2 successes. So how much total do you have?
2.
All right, so you're at limbo. So you notice Tony, Mariah's like, "What are you doing? Be careful." Tony gets up on the moving machinery, and one of the engines that's thrumming beneath your feet, Tony. As you angle this industrial strength fire extinguisher, you're around let me see. You were about 50 feet away. You've moved up, so you're like 30 feet. You're like 20 feet away from this dude. Pretty far out of the range of this fire extinguisher. That said, wide shot. You see Tony, this little dude, the distance, Nord above on the little catwalk. It's like one of those side scroller games. Simon standing up, bleeding a little bit as this jet of white fire extinguisher goes. Not at all getting close to this dude. Like,
It's glorious.
As it's like snowing. There's a moment where Mariah, it's like the camera's down below her and she's like spinning, in the snow. That said, you got Limbo.
I'm happy I didn't give him the shotgun.
You got Limbo, which means Simon and Nord, you note that the exhaust from this extinguisher is caking the edge of the office.
I am exhausted.
Oh, you get a pip. Making it perhaps slippery. All right, Nord, it's on you.
Yeah, that changes what I'm going to do because now I was going to parkour down there with my new trait, but now that it's more slippery, I feel like
you see Tony just. This thing going. He's still hosing it.
Right. Well, I presume that the shotgun is probably not going to do a whole from this distance.
You're like 10, 20 feet away. Yeah, you'll fuck him up.
Is anything potentially going to hit Simon? Is there a line of sight?
Are you using the sawed off?
Yeah, it's a sawed off.
Yes,
so it's wider.
You will likely hit Simon as well.
Well, it
won't do as much damage, but
yeah, it's still not a goal.
Yeah. He does have some cover from the room, but
yeah.
And
but
I do have Kevlar on. I've had Kevlar on the whole time.
I don't want to shoot my friend.
I think Nord would realize he would be shooting a shotgun towards his friend. So you're not really sure what will happen, but
I don't want to shoot my friend, even if it's only a few pellets. I'll pull out my my normal
boomstick
pistol. Yeah.
Yep. You do.
And lay a couple of shots into this guy's leg.
Are you going to shoot more than once?
Yeah, I'll probably shoot twice, but
okay.
I will use my marksman ability.
Yep. So you bid marksman, and then you're going to activate an ability as well.
Yeah, I'll use murderer, which is one of the traits.
All right, as you guys hear blam, blam, gunshots, Nord, because you get your action, you got your grace die aspect. Because you're shooting more than once, you get a chaos die.
All right, and that is a D4 or a D6?
A D6.
Okay. An action and grace. Gotcha. Well, that is 3 successes, and I rolled a 6 on the chaos die.
Nice. So that's an extra success. So 4. He doesn't see you. The threshold is 2. So you get a narrative point and roll damage. Plus 2.
I did call the shot that I was shooting his legs. Or I was shooting. I wasn't shooting to hit him. I was shooting to make him.
In that case, roll another chaos die.
A second chaos die. All right, good. That is 4.
All right, so you got another success as you shoot him right in the leg twice. Bam!
You said there was a narrative point?
Yeah, so roll your damage and add 2 to it, I believe. No, 3 to it.
Damage is 2d plus 1.
Yeah, it should be 2d4 plus 1, so it'd be 2d4 plus 4. God. That's a lot of damage.
It's 5. It's 9 damage.
As you put 2. Is this the 38?
No, it's just my normal pistol that I carry around.
Yeah, what is it?
It's
like a 9
I'm guessing it's a 2d4 plus 1 pistol. Is what?
Yeah, so it's like a 9 millimeter. It's a 9 millimeter.
It's what it is.
Oh man!
A 38.
And you deal 9 damage. All right. As you plug 2 bullets into this dude's thigh, you see him scream, buckle on a knee, blood just as you probably hit an artery. At this point, he's taken 14, which is like twice as much as a normal man. As he goes down, blood pooling, like you can see it like blah, blah, just emanating out of this dude.
It's like the Black Knight from the Holy Grail.
Yeah, no, indeed. You don't have to be a doctor to know if he's a normal person, he's going to be passing out and dying within a few minutes. Like, he is incredibly injured. As he goes down to a knee, do you move or do anything?
I'll move a little bit closer. Is there a path for me to get closer to his area?
So you're on the catwalk of the 3rd story.
Sure.
To get to the office, you go all the way to the end. So 50 some odd feet, and then you see a little stairway that does lead down to the back of the office.
Sure. And while I'm doing that, can I feel my little colors? Do I feel any?
That's a little bit going too far. Because you're doing a whole lot of things.
Why don't I just take a minute? I'll just keep my space where I'm at, and I'll just kind of feel out to see if there's anything.
Nord, I've got this. Go after the other one.
Is there another one?
The one that we pointed at. And
you casually say over the dude bleeding.
Nord,
like,
get
hey,
the other guy.
Hey, Nord, by the way, there's a guy over there. It's also happening.
There is another one. I didn't realize there was another one.
I pointed him out earlier.
I'm feeling out for that other dude.
When you flash it's the one that you flashed the camera at.
Yeah. I thought that was the guy that you're fighting currently.
Nope.
No.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna look around for the other dude.
All right, you start looking around. Scent of color wise, it's like the entire place is a buzz. There's so much stimulus you can basically feel nothing. Like you're in a vat of acid. Yeah, like a lot of shit just went through. You start looking around. You don't immediately see where the other person is.
Sure. Well, I'll probably move and get cover then.
Okay.
Or move towards the wall until the next go around.
As you start moving towards the wall down north, doing that, you look off all the way across. So you're at the west wall. The west wall. The people are wailing. Anyway, to the east. That was funny. Come on. To the east, all the way across the goddamn warehouse. Fuck everyone. You see that other room, and you don't see anyone in it because there's not a window or anything. But that is the place where the other person is that you flashed.
Okay. Gotcha.
Leah, it's on you. You're gone forever.
There we
You're
go.
back.
Okay. So Leah will go ahead and try and get to where Mariah is.
You see Mariah like dancing in what looks like it's snowing. It's snowing in the factory. And she's like dancing around it. Meanwhile, you hear blam, blam, and Nord and Simon casually talking to each other over it.
We've seen a lot of blood.
I don't want to
This
use
is only the
microphone.
third murder of the day.
Yeah, Leah. Sure. Well, no, it'd be. Yeah, I guess it would be the third. Huh. Anyway, so Leah, runs up to Mariah.
As you get up to her, you see where the snow is coming from. You see about 10 foot up, standing on a piece of wobbly machinery, Tony still spraying his fire extinguisher.
Mariah, I don't think that's exactly good to be dancing in. Go ahead and
Did you
get
see
down.
the stairs? They just flew across the room. She cackles.
Leah puts her hand on her shoulder. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You seem a little hysterical. Anyway, you sit down, and I'll go
Okay.
take
She
care.
just plops into the snow and starts playing with it.
Anyway, so Leah will go ahead and go up to where Tony is.
You do. You hear the thrum of the machinery, and Tony like things fucking industrial, still going strong.
Turn that off. That's not doing anything.
I turn it off.
You do.
Leah, is there like where they're at? Is there an obvious like mechanism, or how should I put this? Is there an obvious like circuit box or anything like that?
For what?
The machinery. That's right.
Oh, looking around. Are you just trying to shut it off?
Yeah.
You can bid.
I will bid. Where the hell did I put my? Oh, there it is.
It's an interesting trade.
I will bid adaptable.
So you're looking around, not knowing too much about factories and this kind of stuff. Surely there's some sort of emergency stop button. As you look at the far wall over toward the towards the east, so it's in the middle, you see this big red button that can be pressed. And as far as you can tell, maybe it's an emergency shutoff.
How far away does it look like it is to me?
Let's see, you're here. About 50 feet.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I will go ahead and go and run and hit it if I, yeah.
Right. As Leah, you run up and slam this thing down. There's a moment. Red lights start spinning all around, and you hear bronkum, 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 bronkum. As everything stops, steam as the hydraulic presses.
RoboCop comes walking in.
Yeah, RoboCop.
Was it Bronco?
Yeah, Terminator 2. As the hydraulic fluid starts spewing out of one of the degraded hoses, and oil spilling all over the place. It smells like hydraulic fluid and oil and grody. But the engines are stopped and these red lights are going.
That's good.
Nord, you're up here right next to one of these bugle things as it's like blaring at you. As you're holding your ears, likely, you look out, see across the way in that other room, somebody, the lights go and you see some shadow of someone moving about, kind of stumble to the door, further distracted, hands on their ears, and you recognize, with the light, Grimwald.
Shit.
He's holding this bag full of stuff, and you see, hanging out of the bag, an arm and a hand.
Gotcha.
Of an African-American hue.
Oh, shit. I'm going to bid...
Well, world action.
Okay.
Because we're still in rounds. Anyone spend cunning?
Yes.
Okay, that was all world action, so this is cunning. Anyone drop cunning?
Yeah.
Nord is dropping cunning.
Yeah.
Okay, if you drop cunning, what do you do?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna walk up to the guy who's down on the ground now, basically.
He's
And
on a
be
knee.
like-
Yeah.
He's on the knee. I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, where's Gabby?
He looks up at you. There is a sinister look on his face, contorted emotions, conflicted emotions. You see, he's got this blue, veiny look to him, like he's sick or something. And there's a very pale color to his face as well. Maybe even along like the edges of his brow, you see a little bit of like fungus. As he just sort of growls at you.
I'm gonna put my foot on his shot leg and push. Where is the girl?
As he looks up at you, do you bid anything?
Yeah, I will bid authoritative.
So you bid authoritative. So this is going to happen at the same time that he's doing something.
Okay.
Here are the stakes. You're going to throw down. If you get a clean success, what you're doing precedes what he does.
Okay.
Because he's responding to what you're doing.
So
if you don't, then it happens at the same time. So you get what you want, but he also gets to do what he wants.
what aspect am I using on this? Because
I'd say mind, or
mind.
brawn.
Okay.
Mind or
Okay.
brawn. And this is the threshold of 4. All right. Any other cunning? What are you doing? Nord, what are you doing?
Yeah, I see Grimwald across
Yep.
the way with a bag, and I'm in order to not. You said it's really loud.
Yeah.
In order to not really be affected by it, I'm going to bid my tinnitus to like
Nice.
it's the flaw.
Yep. Totally cool.
And
Preemptive strike. I dig it.
I'm going to yell, Grimwald!
He looks up with your bid, tinnitus, as you just throaty call at him. He looks up and makes the face of, oh, shit. As you see, he's going to leg it out the back.
Yeah, I'm going to follow him.
So you start running that direction.
Yeah.
Nord with your long legs. Boom, 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 boom. You see, you get about halfway there. He's ducking into the office at this point. Or into that room. All right. Anyone else dropping cunning?
I did. And what Leah will do is when she hears Nord call out Grimwald's name,
Yep.
she'll look in the direction that he's
You see him.
looking in, and she'll also go chase after Grimwald.
All right, you're on the ground floor. He's on the 3rd floor, but you start making your way that way. Both Nord and Leah. Simon, what'd you get?
I've got 4 successes.
All right, you're at limbo.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I've already I used 2 traits and I used 2 proficiencies. So
Tony, you can drop cunning and attempt to aid him if you want. It's up to you. Or you guys can bid Mariah if you think she can do something.
I will attempt to aid.
Okay, you got to drop cunning, and how do you aid him?
With my fire extinguisher, of course.
As fire extinguisher goes back up again, what aspect do you give Simon? Three, two, one. What is it?
Brawn.
All right, we got another die type.
That's D6.
All right, you get a D6, Simon.
okay, that's 5 successes.
Simon,
Thank you.
you feel yourself lift off the ground. You feel the buttons and zippers start breaking. You feel a pressure inside your body that's going to rip you apart as you're able to step directly on the wound that Nord inflicted on this guy. As he loses his concentration, and you drop down in a huff. What is the question you asked him? Where's Gabriella?
Where's the girl?
As he turns and points with his, he doesn't point with that hand, he points with his other hand. What's leftovers in there?
Pointing to where?
Where Grimwald is.
Okay. Okay, so when it comes to the rest of my turn, I'll hit him with the side.
It is your turn.
Okay, go ahead and continue.
Yeah, this is your cunning.
Okay.
Cunning allows you to go before or at the same time as the bad guys. Right.
I just didn't know if the stepping on and the questioning was too much.
Yeah,
I didn't know if I could affect.
It's authoritative.
Okay.
It's fine. It's all part of it.
Then I'm going to hit him with the slapjack.
All right. Hit him with the slapjack.
That is one success.
Right. He's been attacked 3 times, so the threshold is 1.
Okay. I'll re-roll one of these and see if I get a... Okay, that's 2 successes.
Oh, he's been attacked twice. Actually, the threshold's 0 because he's not resisting. Yep. So you got 2. So it's 2 damage plus whatever you roll.
4 damage total.
As you clock him in the head, he spins, slips. Oh no! Lying there, perhaps unconscious, perhaps dead, beneath your feet, Tony, right next to Mariah. Leah and Nord, you make your way. Nord, you get to the room. When you get there, you look in, of course. It's been long enough for Grimwald to actually, even his old ass, to actually move. You see there's a stairwell that he's gone down. Leah, you've gotten to, you're on the ground floor, actually where the stairwell ends. Let me describe this really quick. As Leah, you actually can see Grimwald almost at the bottom of the stairs coming down. Nord, you look in the room, you see Gabriella Dupont lying on her side. Her arm is gone.
And Grimwald has left the building or left the immediately area.
Oh yeah. Well, on his turn, he had a head start away from you.
Sure. I yell as loud as I can. He's running down, and then I'm gonna go check. Like if he's run out and he's like afraid as shit of me, I'm gonna check on Gabby to see if she's still alive.
What do you bid?
I will bid forensics.
Leah, what are you doing?
Is it like an open stairwell or is it like a?
It's closed. You can every so often there's an open slat where you can see him coming down. Dun, 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 dun. It is on the outside, but you can see that open air part. So there's concrete that blocks him every so often, and then metal. So you can see him here. When he gets to the bottom, he can either come inside or go outside the back. He's about 1 floor away, and on his turn, he's going to go. What do you do?
I will. Is there glass or anything separating me from the bottom? Okay, so Leah will basically, actually like straight up kneel down and get to a ready fire position for when he hits the bottom of the stairs to shoot him in the legs.
What do you bid?
I'm gonna bid precise.
All right, go ahead and throw down. Nord, you don't need to throw down on that, unless you already did.
No, I didn't.
You go up to Gabriella. You can tell she's dead immediately. She's likely been dead maybe a couple days, a day maybe. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Pretty recent. You see blood and where Grimwald has apparently hacked her arm off. She has a few things here and there. She had been staying here. As you're standing there or crouching there looking at her, her eyes are open. There's a oddly sweet smile on her face. There's a look of peace in her eyes. And as you bid forensics, go on.
Yep. I was just asking if there were details for runes around her, or like carvings or anything like that.
As you bid forensics and you're looking for these things, you notice a couple things. One, around this room, there's this white powder. Immediately, Nord might think it's cocaine. It's not. You see white powder all around the room. You also notice there's something written, like in a big pentagram, on the floor, on the wood of the floor, scratched in all over as you're standing on this big sigil. You see melted wax and such all. Leah, the door. Grimwald comes out. Fuck all you motherfuckers! Ah! As he opens the door to the back and starts going out.
I ended up getting 4 successes.
As you shoot him, roll damage.
Also, I'm using just the regular bullets this time because I learned my lesson from the other.
Probably a good move. Since you're shooting him at the leg, you get a chaos die, so it's a d6. And closing thoughts right after this to see what happens.
Okay, so the d6 got 2. And that's total of 8 damage. No, that's total of 9 damage. Plus the 1. Maxed out my damage for the...
As he goes, fuck you, motherfuckers. Opens, you shoot him in the leg like Morpheus running towards the helicopter. He's like, ugh! His momentum carries him forward as he hits the railing of the little stairway that goes down and goes, ugh! Over the side as the door closes. Action is on all of you as you are out of combat.
So the only thing Leo will do is basically start walking that direction to collect Grimwald, so to speak.
The rest of you?
I say to Simon, I hope we're not being set up.
I'm going to try to climb up onto the catwalk to head over where Nord is.
We're montaged. It'll take you a little bit of time as you go carefully, as you can go up there.
Nord is kind of piecing together what has happened, and he's definitely touched by what he sees in front of her, or in front of him, and he looks for things around the room to find some way to hold together like some dignity for her, and does everything that he can to so that when Simon enters the room, like he's there, and it doesn't shock him so much. Puts a cover over her pretty quickly, and he's just, he's been looking around the body and made some notes of what he found, and if there's anything he can read off of anything that's going on in front of him, like if Grimwald had some kind of noticeable ceremony that he was performing, or like if there was something written.
As Simon, you walk in to Nord doing this, Nord, you have found a diary of Gabriella's. And as you look around, this is montage. You realize that Grimwald had nothing to do with any of the rites or the candles or any of the occult stuff that was going on here. It might dawn on you that he just arrived. And as you look down at her arm, or lack thereof, there's a thought that maybe crosses your mind. He's collecting something. She has made this place some sort of sanctum. You look at the walls and see that there's stress fractures on the walls, similar to what you saw before, but the walls aren't broken. Hey, Simon, you were right. One last bit. The sense of colors. When you're in here, there is an odd, quiet, and peace of mind. There's a safety.
Yeah, it's like she was making a protection spell or something.
And probably successfully.
Yeah. So I'm going to walk in. Lord, is it her?
It is.
And Simon drops to his knees. And it's just like, she told me she was saved. She told me she was free.
Well, she's free.
She
This just happened.
She said that we had saved her.
I don't get
And
it.
he just kind of bows his head.
I'm guessing we should get Tony up here to say something.
You won't call me up?
Yeah, I'll probably leave Simon in the room with Gabby, and I'll walk down and find Tony and tell him, and I'll tell Mariah, or not Mariah, but I'll tell Leah. I probably won't tell Mariah.
When you get down there,
Whisper, yeah.
when you get down there, you notice Mariah is playing in fake snow, and she's kind of giggling to herself.
I might suggest to Leah that she take Mariah outside.
Oh,
after I
Leah's not there at all.
Oh,
She's
not there?
She's heading
outside.
towards Grimwald.
Oh, Grimwald. Okay.
As Nord, you
I'll
come
tell-
up to Simon.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tony.
Tony, I don't know. I'm not a religious person, so I don't know.
I'm up there.
You should go up and you and Simon are friends, and you should go up. I'll stay with you. It's fine.
What's up there?
I'd like to look. I'd like to go back up there in a little bit, but
North.
you go up there. You'll see. And
Okay.
I whisper. I kind of whisper to him as he's walking by. You know, it's Gabby's up there.
Oh no.
So
Oh, that's I see now. I understand.
yeah, I'm gonna take Mariah outside, and we'll hang out and throw rocks in the water or something. But
I see.
I didn't really look too hard about what was going on up there, but I think she should be outside of this building for now.
So I will walk up there and see who's in there.
You do. You see the scene. Simon is standing in the room, perhaps looking around.
Well,
Maybe
I'm
kneeling.
I'm still on my knees with my head down. When I hear the door, I'll look up and I'll get up and just slowly walk out past him.
I'm standing, surveying the scene, and so I have a flaw, pretty sure, or is it? Hold on. Yeah, I have a phobia at the sight of blood.
There is a little bit of blood. It's not a lot.
Okay. I'm going to go up and attempt to perform last rites.
You do. The words come back to you rather easily. Hey, DeJazzy Cabbage says we have to hydrate. Thank you, DeJazzy. The words come back to you rather easily. It dawns on you, you've actually done this several times before in your time, Tony, as a priest. And you recognize something. Since this is montage, there's no need to bid. Her arm has been sawed off below the elbow.
Yeah, that's probably gonna mess with Tony.
Probably, we'll say right where the wrist is, where the joint is. But something that's interesting, you note, as you sort of avert your eyes to blood, there isn't much blood at all, actually. As you realize, this probably happened post-mortem. As in, she'd been dead for a while, but still, there should be blood. And there's really not much.
Duly noted.
Looking around her, she seems, obviously she's dead. She's incredibly pale. Outside, Leah, you find Grimwald. He's holding his head again. He's got a nasty laceration on his arm and on his head as he's fallen off and essentially knocked himself out. As he looks up, he's holding his leg. Oh, damn it.
Well, hello, Grimmy boy.
It's a freaky time to freeze. Yep.
She'll basically walk right up next to him and get down real low. Having a rough night, are we?
Ah.
What were you gonna do with that arm, Grim?
He doesn't want to say anything as he looks up at you. It's for a ritual. She got away.
You won't be performing that ritual.
He kind of looks around. You could use me. I know a lot of things.
You might, but you know how you'd really be useful to me?
How's that?
In a very shallow grave. And at this point, Leo will reach in her pocket and pull out the one of her vials of nightshade and just straight up, just pour it over top of his head, not giving a damn about the dosage and just, intending to kill him with it.
As he's like, nah!
And he'll
chokes
have
and flubbers and
he'll have a moment where he will be, compliant as the normally would, but then he'll just,
right.
It won't last as long and he'll die. Yeah.
So, as we're going late, you guys get 2 questions for Grimwald. What do you want to ask him? You all can jump in on this. I'm going to give you 1 minute to decide. Starting now.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see him there, and I definitely have 2 questions.
45 seconds.
What would...
Well, I'm going to give him one. Just
we'll give you 3 questions. Huh?
Who killed Gabby is going to be one.
As he, she killed herself. As he looks at you with a moment of clarity, but his eyes are like, as he says, she somehow got away. Somehow she got away from it. She should have been at least an unwilling. She broke the curse. Some magic I don't know. As he kind of like grabs the arm and flops it. That's what I was trying to do, is find out what it was. And you see on the hand, this, dismembered hand, there's all this henna style tattoo stuff all over her hand.
Where was he taking the arm would be a good one.
Where were you taking the arm?
To the blue note. As he doesn't want to say anything.
Anybody else?
Yeah, one more question.
Oh, total.
We're doing 3 now.
Yeah, tres.
Oh. Are they the 2 by 2 hands of blue associated with Lady Callie? You know that?
That's the question?
I would pose the question differently because I don't know who that poem that he said. So I would say the men with the gloves, are they with Lady Callie?
He says, 2 by 2 hands of blue as he spits. The damn SIGs. That's what he says. He calls them SIGs.
Are
If
they
you want to
your
write
friends?
that, it's SIGS.
Six. That's easy enough to remember. I'll just remember like the gun brand.
I see he says, they're not friends of the white doe. They're not friends of the deep one, of the nightmare. They're fools. You're all fools. They serve the Lady of the Veil. And he turns and looks at you very darkly, very sinisterly. He says, well, the door will be shut on her. She won't see anything after tonight.
And Leah, when he says that,
And the
Leah
people
will get
come forth. And he starts like espousing like religious shit. Stuff that you've heard before. The ocean will come forth, drowning the world. The rites of the nightmare will be brought upon ye. This kind of stuff.
Leah, when he starts, saying that, Leah will get really, really close to him and just look him dead in the eyes and say, "Yeah, well, after tonight, you won't be seeing anything either."
Eris Kagel, Eris Kagel, Eris Kagel, La Mala, La Revu, La Veka. And he just starts chanting, screaming.
Yeah. I vote we decapacitate his head from body.
He's shouting it so much, he's spitting in your face, and there's like blood spitting. Is anyone else around?
I'm with Mariah, probably.
A thunderclap, rumble.
Yeah.
As he looks up with wild eyes, foaming at the mouth, Leah, you realize he's poisoned the fuck. As it starts to rain, and he's screaming this chant. You may roll a sanity roll.
Oh, okay.
I did murder
Leah,
kill this guy.
of course, I had to put my.
You can also bid.
Leah will. Huh?
You can
Okay.
also bid.
Oh. Fuck, I'll bid. I will bid unscathed. And
As you've
as
heard this
basically
before.
as he's repeating that chant, I'll yell back at him, Mahala Revio.
As you say it, La Mahela Revulo. he looks at you, and there's a pause in his chant as he kind of like smiles, and you realize something. The words La Malhela Revulo, they definitely mean something that he believes in. And for a moment, in his dumb state, maybe he thinks you're joining him in the chant. And he gurgles at the mouth and falls over dead. That is where we're going to end tonight. Killing Grimwald.
Deathy. Well, tune in next week when we walk down the trials and
This is
tribulations.
an insight basically into Leah's thought process on that, because she wasn't really. I'll admit she wasn't thinking straight.
After hours. That's for the after hours.
Yeah.
You guys, if you can, try to stay 10 minutes or so of the after hours.
Of the
which
Red
we will
Writ.
do. Yeah.
Thanks everybody for being a part of this stream of the Red Writ.
Thanks for jumping on.
We broadcast every Monday night at 7 p.m. EST. Thanks to the cast who volunteer their time. Thanks to all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt for the score. Super duper uber thanks to the Patreon folks, Tim Roberts,
Indeed.
Daniel Holker, and Nostalgic, who keep us alive. Art media production by all lowercase letters, and the book is written, produced, and arbiter Bill Bunkum from Trois-Ribles. I'm going to get it one day. Productions. This has been a broadcast of the Red Writ. Please join us next week as we delve into the depths. We're going to get off the internet here on Twitch, but please join us on our YouTube, Facebook
DreadLore.
channel as we do our other podcast, which is called After Hours, where we'll discuss everything and anything related to anything and everything. Thanks for joining us. Bye bye.
Everybody say bye.
Everybody say
bye.
Bye.
Bye.